Akwa Ibom is my fatherland. God bless Akwa Ibom and every woman. We are beautiful people. The sun is rising, the land is peaceful. It's so amazing that I can see. Akwa Ibom is my fatherland. God bless Akwa Ibom and every woman. We are beautiful people. The sun is rising, the land is peaceful. It's so amazing that I can see. I want you to know, yeah.
Hello there. Welcome to Akwa Ibom Rising. Today on the show, we'll be bringing you highlights from the just concluded 3-day ministerial briefing by the Akwa Ibom State government. I am Rachel Stay tuned.
Akwa Ibom Rising. Unprecedented, spectacular, and visionary could fairly describe the 2024 ministerial briefings and end-of-year review, where critical stakeholders, industry executives, and good mix of citizens converged to X-ray achievements and prospects of Gov Umo Eno's Arise agenda, held with the theme Highlighting Achievements, Signposting the Future, from Monday, December 16th to Wednesday, December 18th, 2024. Cabinet members, heads of extra-ministerial departments and agencies, officials of government found the platform to pitch how well they understood their briefs. In his welcome remark, the Secretary to the State Government, Prince Enobonwa, thanked the Governor for the initiative, noting that both the government and critical stakeholders will, going forward, find a workable playbook to transform the administration's 2025 strategies to tangible achievements.
I want to specifically thank His Excellency and Governor for continuing to keep to his campaign promises of political inclusiveness and taking government bottoms up. A bottom-up approach which will now lead to what we're seeing today, that government is taken to the people and the grassroots, that governance is done in such a way that we are all involved in it. We'll be able to also tap from your wealth of experience to make sure whatever we'll be doing, especially in the future, we can get them to be better than what we are doing today. We're going to outline our key achievements and milestones in the past 1 year. Also highlight our significant projects or initiatives that we have successfully implemented or are ongoing. We're also going to check the gaps and proffer solutions on how to fill them, and actually even see the causes of these gaps and proffer solutions to alleviate them. Also, we intend to outline our key targets and objectives for next year in alignment with our budget 2025.
After 18 months of people-centered governance, Governor Umo Eno said it was imperative for periodic self-examination and critical thinking that will help the government consolidate on its achievements. The state chief executive explained he is not afraid of criticism, but assured of his commitment to accountability, transparency, and prudence in the disbursement and management of government resources to build trust between the government and the people.
We are here these 3 days to take stock, to see the things we've done right, and to consolidate on them, to see the things we should do right, and to learn to do them right. Our government is not flawless, far from it, but we put ourselves forward to give account of our stewardship, to be able to say to the Akwa Ibom people, represented by these stakeholders that went around with us everywhere to campaign to say to you, this is the job you gave to us, this is how far we have gone. We still have 2.5 years to make amends if we have not gone the right path. And if we have gone the right path, we have 2.5 years to consolidate on the things we have done. We, in our own manner, have tried to keep to the arrest agenda, and we have, at every step, measured our actions in line with the blueprint that we presented to the Akwa Ibom people.
To deepen citizens' participation in governance, the governor further announced that the ministerial briefing is a prelude to town hall meetings to be held in various federal constituencies from February 2025.
To get to meet our people, listen to them, understand what their issues are, and that will help us early enough to formulate the 2026 budget. We intend to bring governance closer to our people.
The chairman of Ibom Deep Sea Port, commissioners for Works and Fire Service, Economic Development, Lands and Town Planning had their date on the first day.
The port, as approved by the Federal Executive Council in 2015, was called and named Ibom Deep Sea Port, and we adopted that name. The port design submitted for the OBC was a dugout port. It is still a dugout port in the design that we're operating with a little variation. In our review of the OBC, we discovered some gaps. So what we did was to go back to the ministry, go back to the ICSC with the consultants appointed by the government, GBAPs of Singapore, to submit an improved OBC, which was also approved.
The ministry formulated its 2024 budget on the 2024 to 2026 plan to reflect the need to develop expanding and prioritize programs and projects that will positively touch the lives of citizens through the Arise engine. Let's not forget that the I is the infrastructural renaissance.
For 2025, Ministry of Economic Development intends to conduct a quite State Economic Development Plan between January and July. This has been provided in the 2025 budget. Preparation of state medium-term expenditure framework. Like I said, every year, this framework has to be set up because this is the first thing that must be done. We have to know the macroeconomic indices that will now guide the budget process.
Other achievements of the Ministry Excellency were the site acquisition, the simplified process of land registration, the processing of title documents for 150 staff that won the houses of the civil service. Your Excellency, we also have achieved the geocoding technology employed in AKSG and it has detected 43 number fraudulent applications in 2024, thereby preventing double registration and litigation over the affected plans.
Day 2 had the commissioners for Culture and Tourism, Agriculture and Rural Development, Power, Youth and Sports, Housing, Local Government and Chieftaincy, and Chairman State Environmental Protection and Waste Management Agency.
We need to begin to consolidate an arena to ensure that Christmas Unplugged and Christmas Carol begin to attain international standards. And you can't attain those standards if you don't have an arena that's well secured and that gives the tourist comfort to one coming there. And so that's why we're doing that. That's an ongoing project. Christmas Unplugged Season 2 is ongoing. So far, we've had rave reviews. Of course, the carols, to many of us, jokingly, someone told me I had to buy a new pair of shoes because he had danced the way he should at the carols. We also participated in a UNDP MasterCard Foundation event called Young Africa Innovates, where we sought to harvest ideas from 3,000 young Akwa Ibomans between the ages of 18 and 35.
The model farm project is on, and for your 2024, the farm component of the model farm, we've already started to move that farm forward. You know, it's not just a farm, it's also going to serve as a place for agro-tourism. So for 2025, we intend to, like His Excellency has said, he said he intends for us to start holding meetings in that model farm by next year. So construction of the non-farm components of the assets will go on for that to be achieved. The farm components, the animal components will also be completed for the full agricultural value chain for the crop and the livestock enterprises to run.
We've succeeded in training over 800 youths in this state under the lead, and we have graciously approved 400 million at 500,000 each as starter pack for them. In the same vein, the female youths have also been trained, and they are to earn 250,000 for shop and also 500,000 for starter pack. We made a promise to the youths of Akwa Ibom State when they did not join the national protest. And fulfill that promise by releasing 310 million naira to the Year local government. Your Excellency, I can also stand here to say that that money was released and sent to the Year local government, and it has since been distributed. We send it through Year local government chairman.
The power that comes from the grid into Akwa Ibom comes from what you call the Laudiaba to line. And this line was built about 52 years ago. So a combined issue of one, on the side of the cable and the conductors that we're using, and two, the integrity of this line. When we hear that there's a national outage because the transmission line is down at some point in time, we've had some, in the past 1 month, we've had 2 outages. But because the power was on, as small as it is in terms of marginal generation and productivity, at least it's higher than provided by supply. And that's why Akwa was a small part of life when the entire country was in that place. For 2025, as Minister of Power, some of our key stuff in tandem with the RISE agenda is just to try as much as possible to give power to connect to the grid and give power to ourselves community. So what are you doing about that? One of the key things we're doing is to complete started project, because we believe that CapEx that is completed is just like the money buried on the ground. So we're taking up the estimable injection substation.
We are launching out into real estate in Lagos and Abuja. Recently, you all witnessed the groundbreaking for the towers, and His Excellency also said, after that, there is an abandoned property that is almost going moribund, that he wants to establish a final hotel. That is the former Akwa Ibom House at the Central District of Abuja.
Your Excellency, in our regular meetings, I joined myself as them. We challenged ourselves, the local government chairman. I challenged them to be on their toes and to put projects on ground. Your Excellency, the transition that just left, still within the period under review, almost all the local government areas had one meaningful project or the other to commission. And on your behalf, I did most of those commission. And the new chairman that have come in, we have also tasked them to towards the same path so that projects will be dotted in every local government in Akwa Ibom State. On the welfare of traditional rulers, which you give very serious attention and priority, Your Excellency, you came in. There are some paramount rulers here that have been in office for over 20 years, and since they were given their first vehicles, they were not renewed. And recently, Your Excellency, you've given out over 7 vehicles to those paramount rulers.
One of the things we had in mind as an agency was the relocation of the dump sites at New Village Road. Your Excellency, thank you very much because you have also awarded contracts for the construction of the New Village Road. You've also directed me to work with the occupation of the lands, and then to ensure that we have a proper domicile. Your Excellency is working on that. And as soon as it is done, Your Excellency, it will help us, most especially companies that are ready to do recycling in the Parliament State, to have lands where they can build their factories close to the sanitary landfill.
It was the turn of the SSA to the Governor on ICT, Managing Director and CEO of AKICOP, Chairman AKIRS, and Commissioners for Health, Education, Transport, Women Affairs, Special Duties, Internal Security, Humanitarian Affairs, and the Bulk Purchase Agency on the final day.
Then we've done several World Bank projects, using our practices. I want to showcase that as well. Then obviously the big issue of automating the process of land transaction, which is what our is about. You want to get to see your vote down, how long will it take, and that be quicker? Yes, we will. AKSG is taking care of that. The power button, you bought a new property and you need to register your power button or whatever instrument you want to register. We've done those as well. Things like your ground rent payment. If you have a land that's got C of O, you must be paying ground rent yearly. Unfortunately, we don't pay. The AKSG now, things are going to change.
We're building a Quibum of the future today, one investment at a time. His Excellency has said that we're doing all of this thing because a time is coming when we will not depend on a budget for allocations to run the economy. That what we invest today is a seed for the harvest of tomorrow, so that the economy will be self-reliant. If Nigeria goes our way, we will stay strong and be an emerging market out of the country.
We've been able to get accreditation for reference hospitals by the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria for the training of house officers. We've also been able to get accreditation and a lot of work done in the schools of nursing. As a matter of fact, we have facilitated the accreditation of the colleges of nursing now, transition from schools of nursing to colleges of nursing, and now according to the NBT accreditation for a provision of higher national diploma rather than just carrying.
We set out to sustain free and compulsory education in public primary, secondary, and technical schools, monitoring and evaluation of the schools to ensure quality delivery and reduction in out-of-school children. Then provision of facilities in tertiary institutions. Make sure that they get accreditation for their programs. Then motivation of staff, personnel recruitment, and training.
In 2024, as part of our set goals, was to establish the Roadworthiness Test Center. Recall that a couple of months ago, His Excellency the Governor graciously inaugurated a test center. The reason for Roadworthiness Test Center is simply that our road users, most of the time, do not have a strong grip on the state of functionality of their vehicles.
We have to implement government policies and programs. We promoted partnerships with implementing partners, NGOs, civil society organizations, women, and promoted children's rights, look at the elderly and the vulnerable populations, among others.
And in that regard, His Excellency has graciously in the 2025 budget approved for the enhancement of the capacity of various security agencies, from correctional facilities to the police barracks to a command and control center that will help us to synergize all our operations. One of the key areas I would like to just highlight is the fact that we are moving the correctional center in Rio from Wales is now Barashko to North Mikono. The reason is
Excellency, we have a large idea to see now revenue has grown in for the past 10 years. It's important to note here that the last 2 years, coinciding with the years of consistency in the government, 2023 and 2024, have recorded the highest revenues in the history of our private state. Excellency, for year 2025, our goal will be to equalize record 80 billion in Nigeria.
2 months ago, we commissioned the health center in Oye Konita, and the same week we started this phase 2. This is the primary school of our firm. This is in the same matter very hot time. We are also ready with phase 1. That's why we are here. Special interventions, we have about 18 special interventions. All of them have been ready, commissioned, and handed over in this group, like the compassionate home in Uganda. The international market is still intent to lay the foundation for this project either this year or very early January next year.
According to Gov Umo Eno, the administration is currently working on 3 major projects: the Aviation Village and all its component units, the Ibom Deep Sea Port, and the Ibom Medical City, all of which are capital intensive. The governor paid tributes to his predecessor for embarking on strategic and audacious projects, especially for strategic investments in the aviation sector.
What I've done before now was to focus on the aviation because that is a bird in hand already. We have to put in support for the aviation on air, the terminal, the taxiway. The other day you saw cargo flights crash land in Abuja and the runway was blocked. There's no taxiway because if they had a taxiway, they would have switched and then flights would go. But in Akwa Ibom, luckily enough we have a taxiway. So God forbid, if we ever have the blockage of the runway, the taxiway opens up, and so we're already putting. We made so much, and that's what I'm saying, that we may never know. It's easier to criticize government. For me, I want to say clearly, we must be thankful to the last administration for the audacious steps that administration took in initiating and following up some projects.
To also create a viable business ecosystem, the governor declared a state of emergency in the power sector in the state, with a target of generating and transmitting 24 hours power supply. He made a case for the coming together of critical stakeholders and professionals in the energy sector to produce a power master plan that will serve as catalyst for industrial growth and development of the state.
So I think we have problems with our power sector. We've declared an emergency on power, and between now and March 2025, by the grace of God, we should be able to come out with the power master plan, the roadmap, the things we want to do, itemize them 1, 2, 3, 4, so that we can all know how to walk the talk.
Furthering on his administration's commitment to continuity, Governor Eno announced that provisions have been made for the completion of the convention center at the Ibom Tropicana complex that was initiated by the Godswill Akpabio administration, noting that the complex will be a major game changer towards enhancing both the IGR and tourism potentials of the state.
Already, Akwa Ibom is a low state for meetings, but we can opt again by having a convention center. And so we are visiting the convention center that was started by the Godswill Akpabio administration. And we believe, even though it's like the cost is going to be almost triple, but it is something we should have. We believe that this convention center will, part of our tourism master plan, will drive meetings here.
The ministerial meet on the third day signposted government strategic efforts to enable seamless digital issuance and revalidation of certificates of occupancy to revolutionize land administration, making it more efficient, transparent and cost-effective, and plans to advent on the oil and gas sector with the establishment of the Ibom Oil Mineral Exploration Company. Other decisions communicated included the plans to have the Akwa Ibom Investment Corporation, AKICOP, ensure the revival of peacock paint by the first quarter of 2025. If democracy as government of the people allows people the choice of who leads them per time, Akwa Ibom State with Gov Umo Eno is miles ahead with participatory leadership, where the people do not just decide who leads them, but how they should be served. The ministerial briefing, like the extraordinary EXCO retreats and dialogue leading to the launch of the Arise Agenda Blueprint, is one of Governor Eno's many ways of returning power to the people. Akwa Ibom State, in the end, will sure be better off.
Akwa Ibom, rising.
Beautiful imprint of inclusion and citizens' participation in governance. That's all on this week's edition of Akwa Ibom Rising. To we come your way again next time, thank you for watching. I am Greater Susan.